So we're on Visions TV online and we're here with Muyiwa. Oh my gosh. So excited. And that laugh, the Lady T always talks about that laugh. Listen to the laugh.
No, I was going to try and suppress it.
But he can't.
Oh my goodness.
I have to say you're here looking like an African king. You look absolutely lovely.
I defected to Ghana today with my kente cloth. Usually it's Nigerian Ankara I wear, but I've got Ghana on today.
You look absolutely stunning.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
No problem. How do you feel about the Premier Awards tonight? How does it differ from the previous years?
I'm excited. I'm grateful. For me, it's a joy to be able to celebrate the best of UK gospel and from abroad. The thing is, typically for us in gospel music in Christendom, we would celebrate the stuff that we see on TV. So we wait for Radio 1 or ITV to validate someone before we celebrate them. When actually for us, those who may not be known by popular culture, they're doing great work, not just great music, but great work. And for us, it's about celebrating them. So I'm glad that we're able to do. I'm glad that people agree with us. So we've been sold out for how many days now? I mean, been getting calls from people saying, "Please, do you have tickets? Please, do you have tickets?" You know, so it's a real joy to be here.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's all about kind of finding the jewels and then like highlighting them and showing like the world who they are, because they're so talented, aren't they?
It is, and that's what Premier Gospel is about. I mean, there's so many case studies that I could tell you of people who no one knew. I mean, a big example is Called Out Music, young guy. 3 years ago, no one knew him. We found his music came to us, Premier Gospel, and the guys, Yinka and Lady T, were like, "Wow, this is amazing," pumping it. Now he's outside of River Songs. He's the only other artist to have sold out over 1,000 capacity. And he's done that in 3 years. And then we have people who, from nothing, Premier Gospel push, and then they became Mobile Award winners. They became finalists, BBC Songs of Praise choir. So for us, that's the joy of what we do. We love the fact that God can amplify His own work through Premier Gospel.
Yeah, and it just shows as well how important Premier Gospel's voice is in the community and to everyone. That you can push it and you can promote people and you can like show who they are, and then people like receive it and then they take that. So that's amazing. What is the plans for the upcoming year for you?
Well, for Premier Gospel, we've got a whole load of things that we want to do. We've got a couple of events that we're going to announce. Definitely, we want to make sure we introduce quite as many artists as we can. But me, on a personal level, I've got music coming out. I've been releasing, I've got a series of duets that I've been doing. The next one that I'm doing is with a guy called Joe Metal. If you're watching this in 2025, it was Joe Metal. So I've got a duets album coming out, and then we'll be doing some tours, a lot of traveling, but then also the TV show Turning Point that I do, that's taken up a lot of my time. And then I've got 2 sons to raise and a wife to keep happy. So it's
all about keeping the wife happy. Very important.
Let me tell you. I'm like, "You're traveling where? You'll come back home." So, Mrs. Olariwaju, I love you. I'm working for you.
Exactly. So it's very exciting to be here, and I look forward to seeing what's going to happen tonight. And the only question I want to ask you is, so you've spoken about how it is to promote your artists, but how does it feel for you to get someone come on board and then kind of like see how they travel throughout the years? How does that feel for you?
It's deeply rewarding. Deeply, it makes me very happy. And it's not just the artists; it's also the presenters. 90% of those who are presenters on Premier Gospel never did radio before. Yinka never did radio before. Okay, Lady T was at the BBC, Ibe was at the BBC, but every single other person hadn't done radio before they came to Premier Gospel. Now I know there are other radio stations trying to poach them, but that's a joy. I don't mind. So for me, it's an absolute joy.
Well, Premier Gospel is almost like a family as well, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you for having us. We're so privileged to be here with you, especially looking like a king.
Thank you, and thank you for coming and supporting UK Gospel. Thank you.
No problem, Moya. Thank you very much. I'll let you get on with the show.
Hey, it's Muyiwa from Muyiwa and River Songs, Turning Point and Premier Radio. Keep it locked to Visions TV. It's the place to be.